Are you experiencing trouble with your vehicle? Is it time for repairs? Or maybe just time for a checkup? We would love to help you. When it comes to vehicle care, you need an expert who will be able to assist you quickly and get the job done right the first time. Don't trust this job to just anyone. We are the top auto repair service in the area, and we will handle all of your needs in a quick and professional manner. And remember, the longer you wait, the worse it can get. Don't delay any further. Contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you.
Do you need to sell your house fast? Well, you've come to the right place. We buy houses in any condition or location and can close quickly so you can get paid and move on. Are you behind in payments, dealing with a divorce, job transfer, a fixer-upper, or have a bad tenant? We eliminate all the hassles of the traditional sales process. By selling to us, you won't have to do any repairs or updates, list with an agent, wait month after month for it to sell, hold open houses, or pay any out-of-pocket expenses. Give us a call and get your money fast.
Oh, sir, that was my grandma's. Oh.
Don't worry, ma'am. All of your stuff is in okay hands.
Just okay?
Well, they don't give 2.5 stars to just anybody.
Here you go. What's this?
It's your piano. Hold this for a sec.
We don't have a piano.
But the neighbors do.
Just okay is not okay.
Looking for a moving company that's on time, isn't milking the clock, and doesn't charge for shrink wrapping items, disassembling and reassembling furniture? Would you value a team of hardworking guys that care about your belongings? No, really. Like, if any of your possessions were damaged or lost during the move, they'd cover it that same day. Well, Aaron Movers in Phoenix is serious about quality service, and we feel like we've mastered the art of moving. Since 2001, we've grown our well-known reputation of precaution, speed, courtesy, and planning. We've held every member of our team to a high standard and have never dropped the ball. Now that I think about it, we haven't really dropped much of anything over the last 17 years. We understand that nothing we touch belongs to us, and that we need to handle your belongings better than we'd ever treat our own. Because, in case you didn't know, you're the boss on moving day. Listen, our team honestly just wants to help you get your items moved from point A to point B as quickly and safely as possible. Our custom-built trailer plays a big role in our ability to do this by reducing trips and lowering costs. We'll even set things up at point B for you. Our 5-star rating proves that hard work pays off. With hundreds of satisfied customers across the great state of Arizona, we want you to experience moving as it should be. Whether you're moving into a new office, transporting items out of the state, or settling into a new place to call home, Aaron Movers wants you to focus on what you'll be doing once you get there. Don't take a risk, and we'll take care of the rest. Click below or call Joe at 602-703-0078 to learn more or to get a free estimate.
Hello, thank you guys for, that's me, hello. Thank you guys for waiting today. George was extremely late, so he just got here. They just took some warm-up strokes. Bill did get about 45 minutes extra practice than George today, so we'll see how that works out for them. They did do a coin flip, and George won the flip. So we are ready to go. We tried to tell George that it was a 10-game, or I'm sorry, a 1-game penalty for every 10 minutes that he was late. So by that standard, Bill is already up 4 games. George didn't go for that. I'm surprised. So thank you guys for joining me on a Monday evening. This is one long race to 15. No early 10s, yes 3 foul. So we will see how the day takes us here. Please share away, and if you have not already, please like and subscribe to K2 Productionz. If you're watching on YouTube, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Helps us make a little bit of money once we hit so many subscribers and viewers. So everyone that helps us out, or everyone who likes and subscribes helps us out. Bill and I were talking about how Carlos and I played a Scotch doubles tournament this weekend. We played on the 9-foot tables, which this is a 7-footer, so we are not used to playing on a 9-foot table. And it definitely showed. I think we got 6th place or so. At least we weren't 2 and out, but it was definitely a struggle. And there was some frustration playing on those 9-foot tables. So we actually have another tournament coming up this Saturday on the 9-foot tables, and if we win, either one of us, because it's women versus women and men versus men, if either one of us wins, we will go to Florida in March. So we are trying to win. So this is actually our only match this whole week. And the whole rest of the week, we will be practicing on those 9-foots. So George about to get the first game. My computer is officially cold from waiting on George for so long, so it did freeze. This is our only view just for a few moments while I reset. Amelia, we would love to have you back here. Set up a match for you for sure. Unfortunately, we had Emilio set up for a match here with a gentleman that was coming in from Texas just to play. And he unfortunately did not show up, and also didn't tell me he was going to not show up until the day of, when I messaged him and said, okay, what time are you coming? Emilio had taken the whole time off from work and everything just to play this guy, and he did not show up. So that was a bummer for Emilio. So we definitely owe him a makeup match for that. Nico, it was good to meet you as well. And Rudy, it was not so nice to meet you because you beat us 6-0. But we could have had at least 2 of those games because I did miss basically straight in on the 10 ball twice. So that is not helpful when I do that. Now they are playing 3 foul, so the fact that George scratched on the break does put him on 2. Or I'm sorry, on 1. And Bill trying for 2 here. George shooting now. And missed it. So now George is on 2. Again, I'm sorry, this is the only view just for a moment while I'm resetting the other cameras. Trying to give you a play-by-play of who is shooting. Emilio says he missed 10 straight in 10, so don't feel bad. Yeah, yesterday was not our day, so I will be at Main Street, Emilio, all week trying to practice. So if anybody wants to practice, we will be doing US AMS races, which is a race to 7. If you win the lag, you get to pick either 8 ball or 9 ball first. Race to 5 and 8 ball. And the rest of 9 ball, early 9s. You can jump, you can push. So it's interesting that it's run by the APA because of those rules. But we need to practice because they are on the 9 ball. Oh, hello. There it goes. We are playing that tournament on Saturday. So if anybody would like to challenge and play either Carlos and or myself, we will be at Main Street Thursday and Friday and Saturday. Hello, Corby. Bill calling the 6 ball. Nice little bump. Option to George. Pretty sure he's going to take this one. I know that the score is not right, by the way. I just had to fix the cameras, and it took so long, I figure I'll update it once they're done with this rack at this point. George is up 1-0. Vince, we are in Phoenix, Arizona. And thank you guys for watching with us tonight, this Monday night as it is. He did skim the 7 there, so he will be giving ball in hand to George. You can see that George is actually an underdog here. According to Fargo, Bill Vander Weyst has a 57 to 43% advantage in this longer race, even though they're less than 10 points apart. The longer the race, the bigger the advantage to the higher level player. When Carlos, who is a 654, played a race like this, he played a 670, so 20 points higher, and he was like a 70-30. He was the 30%, and he ended up crushing his opponent. I think the opponent only got 4 games, maybe. So Fargo is just a statistical percentage. It does not factor in who's breaking. It doesn't factor in who's hot that day and who's not that day. So those can all change significantly what is going on. So now George has 2 games, which basically just flip-flops the percentage. But that is huge for him to get those 2 games out there early, especially because, like I said, George was running 45 minutes late, so he did not, I think he shot 3 balls, whereas Bill practiced and warmed up for about 45 minutes. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out today. Again, George being on 1, so Bill will be going for that 3 foul. Hello, Steven! So now George is on 2. That 4 ball makes that 1 so tiny. At this point, you're just going for the hit, which he does not get. So first 3 foul of the night, pretty quick out of the gate. I always like to watch a 3 foul because I have only 3 fouled someone 1 time, and it was such an exciting feeling. So maybe to these guys who do it all the time, it's not quite as exciting, but to me, a 3 foul is always exciting. All right, dry break. They're going to move the... Now, the Magic Rack is an 8-ball rack. It's not a 10-ball rack. We don't have a 10-ball rack Magic Rack. We accidentally left it at Bullshooters, and Bill left his at Main Street. So they are using a 8-ball Magic Rack for 10-ball. Oh, he bumped that 4-ball, and that 4-ball gave him no love. Why does that keep freezing? That camera will be the death of me today. Nice hit by Bill. There we go. I think that Bill might be able to see if he goes rail first, he'll be fine here. Yep, beautiful. He didn't even have to go rail first. Nice shot there by Bill. Now he has a choice here. He can either draw it back, but the draw might scratch to shoot the 6 in the same pocket as the 5, or he could go forward and shoot the 6 down table. He did do just a hair of low, which worked out perfectly for him there to get to that 6-ball. Just don't hook on the 8. I think he has just enough room to squeeze by there. I thought he was going to come all the way across to the other side, but he hit that good. And just like that, Bill is back to being in the advantage seat. And again, not taking into effect either that Bill is breaking. I did notice, or I have noticed on this table, we don't have many break and runs, not even by our 700 plus players. So the break doesn't have quite as much of an advantage as it may in a pro event, for example. I think that he can see the edge of it. I do not think that he can make it, but I do think he can see it. Oh, he is going to jump. Or maybe he's not. Oh, just going for a different. Wrong ball. And scratch. So 2 while in hands. Corby said no yawning, which immediately made me yawn. Just the word yawn made me yawn. Oh, nice shot there by Bill, forcing him to do a 2-rail kick. Just missed it. Might hit it on the way back, but not enough. Does put him on 2. Nope. George says, push. You can tell these guys are still warming up, playing a lot of safeties, but you don't want to give up. Give up games just because you're warming up. So playing safe is a great option, and in fact, playing safe does get you the win sometimes. Trying to see if that 4 ball goes down the rail. Looks like it has plenty of space. Again, thank you all for joining us tonight at K2 Productionz. If you feel so inclined and you like listening to me yawn, please like and subscribe to our page both on Facebook and on YouTube. It does help us out. Very nice shot, very natural shape off of that bank. He's making easy work of this rack. I don't know here if he has enough angle. He needs to come down to the rail and back up for the 8-ball, or if he can just float this and just pocket the 7. To me, it looks like he's going to have to go down to the rail and back, maybe even shooting the 8 all the way down table instead of potentially in the side pocket. This is one of the rare times when you would actually like to be straight. Oh no. That's the exact shape he wanted, obviously, because he kicks that ball in like no problem. I was going to say that Bill is an amazing kicker, but I didn't want to say that until after he had done it, because I have a very great gift of commentary curse. It's one of the best things that I do, and considering it was just Halloween and a full moon, first time in 44 years, don't need to add more by adding on the commentator's curse. This is the first time that Bill has been ahead in the score. I know he's been ahead in the percentage, but never in the score. One ball, or a ball down, excuse me, not the 1 ball. The 4 ball went down, but nothing for the 1 ball, so he is looking at a push option. Now that is a makeable shot, and it actually looks like it would come off for natural shape. But he did give it back. I'm surprised. I would take that shot. I know it's a super thin cut, but yeah, see? And natural shape. Oh, if he didn't bump the 9 ball. But now he can actually care him. If you slide off of the 2 ball on that left-hand side, then you can care. Oh, he is calling it, so let's see if what I said is correct. Oh, but him and his speed today is not on his side. Corby, what time are we going to be at Main Street on Thursday? Well, we get off of work at 3:30. Oh, nice kick. Almost made it. And actually got a safety. Oh, potential safety out of it. We get out of work at 3:30. We have premarital church stuff to do at 4:30. And it's usually about an hour to 2 hours. So be at Main Street about 6:30. And we will probably be there until 10 or so. So about 3.5 hours. Practice on the 9-foots. So no early 10s here, so he needs to get on the top side of the 6 ball, which he did not get there. Both Bill and George are really struggling today with the speed of this table. think he's going down to the short rail and kicking the 6 back up table. But like I said, Bill is a very good kicker, so I wouldn't be honestly surprised if he came off to try to kick the 6 ball to make it in the bottom left. Kicking, yep, just that direction. But if you don't make it, you sell out. If you can kick off of that left short rail and come at it, and you can actually push it up top of the 10 and potentially leave the cue ball behind the 10 as a safety. He's calling a 3-rail kick. Hit it a little bit thin, but did leave distance. Nice shot. Yes, Corby, we will be there both on Thursday and on Friday, the same time. On Friday, we are meeting with Eric Osborne to discuss the catering for our wedding. So we have something to do on both days before we actually go to Main Street. Tying it back up here by George Bell. So if anyone is watching who is not familiar with the players, George Bell is the one racking. He's the one in the hat. And Bill Vander Weyst is the one sitting on his chair. I'm pretty sure he's watching the New York Giants game on his phone. He had asked for me to put it up on the TV, but I don't have TV. We use our TV to stream Roku and Hulu and all those things, but we don't have live TV, so he's watching it on his phone. Nice break, but nothing down. I don't see any potential problems beyond this 2-ball. If he can control a 2-6 combo, the problem with combos is that you do have to control not only the 2-ball but also the cue ball, knowing where both of them are going to end up after the combo. Unless he's going to try to squeak it past, but 3 7/8 inch pockets do not allow for a squeaking. I think that George can see the 2-ball, so he might be able to go just top and come around, hoping to miss all the traffic, but instead he just made a bunch of extra balls, still got shape, but tied up the 5-ball in the process. So I think he wants to be kind of right where he is right now for the 4-ball, because he can then come at the 5-7. Corby, we got a list of the cake flavors. All right, let's see George Bell make this and break it out. Yes, but but he is hooked, so going for a kick. What's crazy about these top level players, higher, I don't know, level players, 600 and higher, I feel like oftentimes they don't even look. Like George just shot that ball, he didn't even look. If it was me shooting, I'd go over there, I would look at it, I'd measure it, I'd second guess myself. Nice shot there by Bill Vander Weyst for safe. George Bell will be jumping. The jump actually does have a reward because it will slide out, hit the 7. That's why we padded that wall. As you can see here, that is our padded wall. And we also put in gym mat flooring, so if anything jumps off the table and hits the floor, or if a pool cue falls over, it will hit the gym mat flooring. So Corby, going back to your question, we had our baker give us all of her cake flavors. We picked 4 flavors and filling flavors, and she's making us cupcakes, mini cakes. I don't actually know, but they're free, so that's all I care about. And we're picking them up on Sunday, bringing them home and eating all the cakes. Nice draw shot there to slide all the way across the table to make the 10 ball. Nice shot by Bill. Taking the lead once again. Yes, it is free cake because we will be paying like $1,000 for the cake, so the tastings can be free. Nice break. Unfortunately, the cue ball got kicked in by a wild 3 ball. The 2 is tough. The 7, 8, 9 is tough. So this is definitely not a gimme for George.
I just looked up just in time, man. You would have thought I wouldn't have.
George was going to shoot the 2 ball, and Bill says, George, 1 ball. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that. That was very sportsmanlike of George. And of Bill, I mean. Oh, it did go past the 10. Wow. It did not look like it did from the overhead. For as many angles as we have 3 camera angles, and still the shots can be deceptive. I'll go with a little bit of top just to miss that scratch. I feel like he hit that a little bit hard. He came off of the rail more than I would be comfortable with if I was him. Because now this is a tough shot. You're kind of cueing over balls. George making the multiple balls with 1 shot again. But he did play safe. He did do the customary, "I'm sorry for hooking you when I did not mean to hook you" wave that most pool players are aware of and have all used at some point, I'm sure. Ball in hand. Oh, he almost didn't catch it in time. Oh, left himself on the rail. But does look like he has slight angle, so he should be fine. These boys are pretty evenly matched. Interesting thing I've noticed about Fargo is you will see, even when they're even, Bill technically still has a lead as far as percentage goes, and again, that's because it's that long race. And in the long race, the higher rated player, even if it's only by 9 points, has an advantage. But with that being said, you'll notice if they continue this trend of being even, the shorter the race becomes, you know, right now it's a race to 11. So the shorter the race becomes, say 6, 5, 4, you'll see that instead of it being 56-44, even though it's even, it will be 50-50. The closer and the shorter that the race gets. Hello, Kit. You missed us talking about cake. So let me tell you what cake flavors we chose, because I feel like it's very important that we talk about cake flavors. Okay, so the cake flavors that we chose to try: vanilla cake with mango curd. Everyone knows how much Carlos loves mango. Lemon cake with lemon curd. Chocolate cake with raspberry filling. And champagne cake with strawberries. Oh, that 3 7/8" pocket. He was out. That was the shot right there. He did hook him, but I'm pretty sure he can go a small masse rail first, get the 5, and it will still give him at least somewhat of a running shape still to get to the 6, whether he has to do a 6-9 combo or not. So he is doing the masse with the running English, like I said. Ended up really up table. And then gave George the exact same shot, only the 6th ball is not sitting in the pocket, so it does give George a harder shot than Bill had. Fernando says vanilla and mango. No need to taste test. We're already having mango mojitos. So I don't know if we need mango mojitos and mango cake. Seems maybe like a lot of mango. Especially given that I'm not the biggest fan of mango. We also, though, are doing, we're going to maybe think we're only going to do like 2-tier cake, tiny cake, but then do like 250 cupcakes, 4 different flavors. Tres leches, for sure. So maybe we'll do a tres leches cupcake, like 50 of them. Vanilla and mango, like 50 of them. And so on and so forth. So that way everybody could have something that they like. Looks like Bill may be out here. Unless he rattles. Hola, Gilbert. How are you? Feel like I have not seen you on the stream in a while. I will go to it the side view next time because I want you guys to watch how hoppy Bill is today. I don't know if it's happy or hoppy, but he is really jumping up on his shots today. Doesn't seem to be affecting his shooting at all. But he is very, very hoppy. Oh, he didn't make a shot. So I feel like whenever he makes an important shot or a really difficult shot, he tends to hop on it rather than stay down on the shot. So this as well is a pretty open table. Just draw this back just a hair. See, commentator's curse. Alright, so on this one, you're just going to come across around the 5 to shoot it in the same pocket. Or that, but you didn't either need to hit it a little softer, so you hit it in this bottom right, or a little harder to hit it in the top right corner. These small pockets are making these easy runouts not so easy. Oh, hello, Remy. Did you? Oh, you did get your save the date. You said you got like 6 of them, right? It was funny. Jessica Drzinski and Brett Huth, we sent them a save the date, and she's like, I never got it. You could have just told me we're not invited. And I was like, what are you talking about? Of course I sent it. Well, we were cleaning the office on Friday or Thursday because we were retiling. It's the last room that we needed to retile to be completely done with the whole house. So we're moving everything out of the office. And I found Brett and Jessica's save the date. It had fallen down behind my desk. So then I felt totally silly, being like, what are you talking about? We sent it, because we had not sent it. So I did hand deliver it to her on Sunday when we were playing Scotch doubles at Bull Shooters. Why would we make these pockets more small, Gilbert? They're only 3 7/8 as they are. No need for us to make them any smaller. Alright, so given that Bill is on the rail, as long as he does not miscue, he should be okay here. Oh. So Mike Sandoval says he's got winner. I'm sure that we can set that up. I saw Mike playing on the big boy tables the other day, the 9-footers, playing one pocket. How did that go for you, by the way, Mike? And Rodolfo, you can donate by sending PayPal. I'm putting it in the comments to K² Productionz with a D, a Z at gmail.com. Gilbert, you cannot meet any of these people unless you come to Phoenix. That is where all of these people are coming from and talking about and talking to. So, being that you are in Texas, you would not be able to meet or play with any of these people until you come into town. He did hit the point there, which is why that sped down the rail. If you want to Facebook pay, you can see my name down there in the left-hand corner, Kaylin Nicole. That is me, and that is my Facebook name. So you can send it straight to Kaylin Nicole on Facebook as well. He found a magical path there between the 3 and the 5. That was amazing that he hit nothing. Oh, sorry guys. I make that noise every time I switch to that camera and it's decided to be frozen. So, there we go. Nice choice for a shot there. Oh, just a little bit off. If he had been maybe a foot shorter, you could shoot the 6 in the side and then 5 in the side, 6 in the corner. Instead, he went ka-chow and hit 3 of the 5 balls left on the table. Completely rearranged the furniture, as it were. Well, Remy, it would be pretty impossible for you to ever meet Gilbert because, again, like I said, he lives in Texas. He does not have any idea what camped out at Metro means. Only local boys and girls will know what that means. By the way, Remy, I don't know if you heard me talking earlier that Carlos and I will be at Main Street on Thursday and Friday practicing on the 9-foots for a big event that we have coming up. If you would like to, you and Grant would like to come out to Main Street, we could use a couple of people to practice against. Feels like Bill has found his stroke here. Good table speed. I know that he was struggling with that at the beginning of the match. But he has officially found his way. So now if George can find his way as well, he can close this gap very easily. 3 games is nothing in a race to 15. So nothing down on the break. I think he can see the 1, so he's not going to push here. He's going to play safe, I would assume. Although, honestly, coming off of that bottom side of the 1, he might scratch. So he is potentially looking at a push. Probably smart versus the scratch, but Bill can see the whole 1 ball, so he will probably thin the ball and put the cue ball down table, the 1 ball up table. Very nice, using the 8 ball as a blocker. George is a pretty nice jumper though, so I think, let's try, there we go. I think he will be able to jump this 8 ball. Only concern is the angle might put him off the table, but nope, he caught it good. Bill is going to play safe here, maybe kick behind the 1. He miscued, but he did what I was saying. You hit rail first, then you come behind the 1, kind of sticking the cue ball and pushing the 1 up table. He would have done it better had he not miscued. Brad, we're playing in the U.S. Amateur Qualifiers. You had to sign up about a year ago for this tournament. They split it. Men are playing in their own. Women are playing on their own. It's a combo of 8 ball and 9 ball. Races to 7. I do believe women actually only race to 5. On the 9-foot tables, it's a version of APA. Only jumping and pushing is allowed. If you win the tournament, you get to go to Florida to play. Florida actually was supposed to be this weekend, but they had to push the qualifiers, so they had to push the actual event itself. So now we're having the qualifiers on the day we were supposed to have the event. Carlos has won the last 4 years in a row. I got 3rd place, 2nd place, and I really want to win this year. Sue Orr is a wonderful player. She's a 7'9" in APA and a 600 almost. I think she's like 598. Beat me last year. I think he wanted to come out a little bit more than that for the 7, but he can just pocket speed roll this in with top, and he will come down for the 8 ball in the side. Oh, interesting. I don't like moving the cue ball much if I don't have to. He's going to go top down to the bottom rail and back up for the 9 ball. I agree, John. I don't think that this game is over at all. I think that Bill has definitely found his sweet spot, though, and that George needs to find his, and then he will be able to make up the deficit, no problem. This is a winner break format. Bill halfway there, but still only a 4 game deficit. So in a long race like this, 4 games is nothing. Very easy to make up the 4 games. Ed, they are playing in my garage. They are playing at K2 Productionz, as we've lovingly called it. It's K squared actually, but hard to make a squared. So we put the number 2 for squared, and just kind of has been K2 ever since, but it is technically K squared Productionz actually. We have transformed our garage. We put in its own AC unit. You can see our trophies, some of them up there on the shelves. Each player has a tournament seat, as well as a seat where their guests can come and sit. They get their own personal fan for their seat. We have a refrigerator full of 15 different kinds of soda and water and Bud Light that they are free to use and drink however they like. There is no charge for those. We put in gym mat flooring. We insulated the garage door. We have a TV where they can see the live stream of their own game. You see it up there in the top right corner. That has actually made it so that they can re-watch shots that are really close. So there is no need for a ref. So we have done a lot to make this a wonderful place to be. We've had players such as Chris Robinson, who is on the Moscone Cup. We have had Mitch Ellerman, Moscone Mitch, play here. Nicholas DeLeon, Joey Ryan, all over 700 Fargos come and play here. All have said that our table sucks in a very nice way. They mean it's a very difficult table to play on because our pockets are custom fit to be 3 7/8 inch pockets. They said that it forces them to take every shot seriously and take no shots for granted. In the entire time that we've been doing this out of our house, which is about a little less than a year, we actually started right before quarantine, we have only had less than 20 break and runs in an entire year. For all the sets that have been played, for all of the pro players that have played here, less than 20 break and runs on this table. And that right there is why anytime you try to really push a ball, punch a ball into the pocket, these pockets spit the balls right out. Ball in hand. Thank goodness for George, because that 4 ball is in a really weird spot. Here's the tricky shot here. I think that he was a little bit straight, so he was trying to cheat the pocket to get to where he needed to be, but the problem is these pockets do not cheat. If you guys have not already, please go to our site really quick. Our K2 Productionz, K2 Productionz on Facebook. Like and follow. And head on over to YouTube if you'd like, and subscribe to our page. The thing I do like about YouTube over Facebook is that they never mute us, because Facebook likes to mute us. That's why we have the weird background music, is because it's non-copyrighted. So we never have the issue with the muting, 1. 2, you can actually pause and rewind the live feed, which you cannot do on Facebook. You cannot rewatch or pause until the entire stream is over. So that is why I do like YouTube. Just slide across the table. Okay. Top works too, but potential scratch on the side. Ho ho ho. Beautiful. Very, very well placed, if not a little scary. I think George is finding his grind. George got about 3% by winning that game. So who's got who? Tell me who is who's sweat betting this and who's got who? I know that Bill did put out on the Arizona Pool Players site that he's playing tonight, and he did take some sweat bets on himself. I think he put 300 on the match, so he's playing George for 300 each. But on top of that, I think he took $300 in side bets. So Bill's either going to make 600 or lose 600 tonight. I did not take either person. Usually I'll take a bet on someone just for fun. Makes it a little bit more interesting. But tonight I couldn't choose, so I did not pick a horse. So George did scratch, putting him on 1. That's the 3rd time. He's only broke 5 times. And in 5 times he has scratched 3 times. So he needs to pick a different spot to break from. Would be my suggestion to George. He is very straight on this 3 ball. Again, no cheating here, so I do believe he's just going to play a stop shot here. Nope, he's going to try to go forward into the rail. Yeah, that was amazing. He said, how did that spin off? I agree. How did he get that much off of that ball? I think that he was just trying to, I personally thought he was just going to stop it and shoot the 4 in the side. Almost thought it was going to go in. Oh, yeah. We had packed it. Oh, here's a 10 ball. Oh, but yeah, that's the over the ball one. I'll still get it out. You might need it at some point. That's an over the ball one. Here you go. I was just getting Bill a good night. It is much past your bedtime. You need to go to sleep right now, please. Love you.
I wanted to sit with you.
No, baby, you gotta go to sleep. It's way past your bedtime. Go. I love you. All right. Had to get George a bridge. And then Reagan came in to say goodnight. That was actually not terrible. I think that Bill can still make this. Ball in hand. I think he got a little bit short on that draw, but better short than long because the 7 is up table. Very nice. Just roll it forward. Okay. I didn't realize there was that much of an angle. I think you still could have just rolled it forward, but I do notice as well the difference. I try to always keep it super simple, and higher level players sometimes, like Carlos says, into the rail and out. Every single shot into the rail and out. No, you'll very rarely see a professional pool player soft roll a ball. It just doesn't happen for them. They would much further put a stroke, be a confident shot, and go into the rail and out like you saw there with Bill. Thank you, Kit. She does have a cute voice, but she does like to use a baby voice a lot. So I am constantly hearing myself say now, I don't understand you with that voice, because I'm trying to get her to use her big girl voice, which she does have one. She definitely has a different voice, depending on if she's wanting something or not. I think we all do, right? We all have a sweet, please give me something voice. A regular voice and probably a mad voice too, right? So she definitely has developed a range of voices as well. Pretty straightforward. One rail kick here for George. Honestly, no benefit to making it though, because the 2 is way on the other side of the table. Good contact. Does leave an opportunity though for Bill to shoot this with top inside if he can, to make it go into the rail and straight down. Wow, he put so much inside it ended up hitting the rail. That's impressive. That was good speed. He knew he was going to run into some balls, so you do have to put a little bit more speed on it because you know you're losing momentum when you run into those balls. Playing the combo, having to control the 3 and the cue ball, which he did well there. A little bit of low, just a hair to come back out for the 4. Perfect side of the 4. Cut this in. You're going to have to use top left though, because you do want to come up and around that 8 ball if you can. Avoid it. He ran into it, but that's okay, because he ran into it on the out portion, which is where you want to run into it if you were going to. But here he's very straight on the 5. And the 7 is all the way. Bill is just on fire tonight, guys. On fire. He's really not missing. I don't like to say that because it jinxes them. But he's just doing a great job. Here I like doing a stop shot. Can shoot the 9 in the opposite side. Yep. He's quote unquote on the wrong side of the 9, but I actually like this shot. Let's see if he does it. I shoot this with top outside and I go 1, 2, 3. I let my stroke out here. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Perfect. This boy is on fire. This boy is on fire. That is my karaoke for the evening. Bill has officially broached into the 90% as a favorite to win here. And he hit double digits. So Remy, again, Gilbert lives in Texas, so I highly doubt that he will be at Metro. Nice, he just grazed the 1. Let's see if there's any window there. Nope. Ooh, this is a lock-up safe, really. I mean, the 1 rail is kind of taken off by the 2 and the 4, and then he was blocked by the 5 and the 8. So now George pushed the 8 to make it weird. Very nice. And Bill is now looking at, can he get more fouls here? I honestly don't see him, how you're going to be able to shoot this without being able to see the 1. Yeah, he's definitely going to be able to not be 3 fouled here. There is no shot. Here I honestly just like skimming the one and letting the cue ball hit the rail. I'm not doing anything crazy here. Although, oh, option. Option, option. Oh, she was replying, though it says replying to Gilbert, Kit. So that's why I thought she was talking to Gilbert. Will it hit the rail? Yes, it will. Trying to use the 2 as a blocker. They're going so quickly. Don't even have time to change angles before the players have switched. So we are looking at a jump here, using his hand, shoe, jump, cue. He did get up over it, and he did make a ball. And it is what he called. What a beautiful shot there. And has shape on the 2. Long shape, but shape. If you can see it, you can make it. I call it shape. Oops. But got safe. Missed it, but got safe. Also had shape on the 4-ball, which is what he was intending. But it ended up working out as a 2-way shot. Whether that's what he wanted or not, it kind of worked out. This is going to sound crazy, I like a 3-rail here. That was a crazy, interesting 2-railer. He like zigged when I thought he was going to zag. Never seen that shot before. I'm going to have to rewind and watch what the heck he did, because I really liked that. And he made contact. Is kind of middle of the table, and so is that 4-ball. I don't like a cut here on either. So you're going to either have to play safe or hope for a good bank. George is sitting and waiting while Bill is contemplating all of life's choices. The double kiss, leave them a combo on the side, which is tiny pockets. Interesting. Obviously he was going for the bank and just missed out. Got a little bit. Fortunate that it forced George to do a bank and now has left him a combo, and now is leaving him to shoot this 4-ball. Well, he's kind of on the rail. Honestly, this is a scratch shot, isn't it? I feel like it is. I would not like it. And George is whistling and going, oh. I think it's exactly because that is a scratch shot, and he did call safe. Nice speed control. Gonna see another jump here. Jumping towards a ball that's on the rail always makes me nervous, because if you land too much on the ball, you will hop off the table. But there's enough of a distance that he would be okay, I do believe. And left him kind of a similar shot. You can hear him say, this is a very similar situation. Safety again. Nope, he took it. Once he got down, he saw as long as he hit that with top, he'd be okay. Top again. One rail out. I think that was a big game for George. Had to do something to stop Bill's momentum. Does put him back in the double digits for percentage win. Closes that gap back down to only 4 games. Again, talking about a winner break format and a long race. Only 4 games is not that many games. The thing is that George is not shooting bad, and he's really not missing a lot of shots. Honestly, Bill's just not giving him a lot of opportunity at the table. This is a tight squeeze for the 3, and he is jacking up. No problem, though. Gonna have to shoot this power with low. This is a missable shot on these pockets. Gift bump there by the 7 so that he gets on the 6. He's just gonna have to calculate how much top he needs to come at that 7-10, if he even can. Much better choice than attempting to go for it. George said side pocket so fast. I didn't even think that he... Ka-chow. I just say that every time they slam the balls now. It's my thing, according to Cars. Ka-chow. These are actually my favorite racks to watch. You'll notice that when they're playing safe, I honestly don't talk that much. I like to watch what they do. This is my learning time to watch what kind of things they're doing and playing as safeties, because these safeties are just as valid in 9-ball as 10-ball, so you can apply them to both situations. So I do just kind of sit here and talk. And not talk, and watch. So 5-ball out here for Bill. I think that was the hardest part. Although he did end up queuing over the 8-ball. He does use a Revo shaft, so not very tough to get draw out of those shafts. Just top here, go into the bottom rail and back up. I think that George being a little bit late today made it hard for him to settle in, and maybe made Bill a little bit more motivated to really win these racks. Probably doesn't want to be out super late. I know that Bill does live on the east side, so he has quite a far drive home. So I'm sure he's trying to make quick work of these racks. Although he is retired and doesn't have a job to get to. Ooh, his draw did not take like he wanted it to for that 3-ball. So he's playing some safe, but that was not it. Don't do that. That was not the safety. That was not the right safety. I actually like skimming it the opposite direction. Putting the cue ball down table instead of up table where Bill is, because then even if you don't hide behind a ball, you're leaving him a bank or something. There's no pocket when you're down on that right side of the table. But he just shot the safety so fast. Hello, Chris Carpenter. Have not seen you here at K2 Productionz in a while. Ever since you went to Vegas, you're too cool for us. Wow. Uncharacteristic of Bill missing there. Did not expect that to be the ball that he would miss. George had to go to the bathroom real fast. You'll see Bill helping himself to some red vines over there. And probably a Mountain Dew. Yep, that's a Mountain Dew. I do know my players' preferences by now. Thank you guys, as always, for joining us here at K2 Productionz. This is our only stream for the week. We have too much going on. We have League on Tuesday. We've got League on Wednesday. We have Thursday, we're going to practice, and we have marriage meeting with the church. Friday, we have practice and meeting with Eric Osborne about catering for our wedding. Saturday, we have a US-AMS match. Sunday, we are getting our cakes for the wedding cake tasting. Busy week. But starting back on Monday of next week, we do have Stephen Jaws versus Mike Bennett. And then Thursday we have Philip Salas versus Chris Baginski. And then we'll see George Bell here again here on Friday the 13th. George Bell versus John Sanchez. Got a little bit weird on this 8-ball, looking to bank it. Bank safe. Oh. If I'm George, I'm jumping this for sure. Oh, he's gonna masse between the 9 and the 10. Oh, barely clipped it, but that's all he needed since it was sitting in the pocket. And perfect shape for the 9 in the side. Pocket speed so that he ends up in the middle of the table to shoot the 10 ball just to make it. All right. George closing that 4-game gap. Or keeping the 4-game gap, I should say. He closed it from 5 to 4. If he can figure out a way to close it down from 4, he will potentially take a big gallop into the lead here. And you're right, Chris. Bill does love those red vines. Sometimes I have to hide them. Hide them. I'm just kidding. But he will eat like half that thing. But I will too. It's like a mindless snack. It doesn't really fill you up and you can eat so many. Kit, Box Wine does want a match. I don't know if you'll be willing to come down from Snowflake to play him. But I do have, I believe, Friday the 18th of December. I don't know if you guys would want, if you would come down. He's available, but I don't know if you would be able to come down Friday the 18th to play him. Oh, just barely missed the kick in the side there. Lou, of course, I had a silly moment. Speaking of elections, I'm not going to talk politics. I'm going to talk voting for a second. I was like, you know what? I really want my candidate to win. I'm going to vote. I've never voted before. I'm like, I'm going to vote. I know I register to vote every time I get a stupid driver's license, so I have to be registered to vote, right? So I go online and you can check your voter status. Bill did not mean to hook himself onto the two like that. So you can check your voting status. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to check my voting status. I go on there. They have no idea who I am. And maybe it's because I registered 17 years ago and then never voted. But it turns out that's actually not why. Every time you do a name change, you have to re-register to vote under your new legal name. Makes sense, just never thought of it. Well, when I got divorced many years ago, I apparently never re-registered to vote after I got my name changed. So voter registration was due October 15th. Did you see how George was already running to the next shot before he finished the shot on the 3? I think that's why he missed that. So yeah, I re-registered to vote today, but I cannot vote because I did not re-register with my legal name before October 15th. So if my person that I would like to win loses by 1 vote here in Arizona, it's my fault, guys. It's my vote. I actually thought he was trying to duck behind the 5-8. But still did not leave a shot really for Bill. Actually, like banking the 3 back towards him because he can then hide the 3 behind that 8-5-7 and leave the cue ball up here. But he's actually calling the cut. Ray, I think you are right, but nice shot, nice hit. So Ray, yes, I think you are right. It was good. It was good. Yeah, I think he's going to win, but again, I would feel horrible if my 1 vote was the reason that he didn't win the state and get the electoral votes he needed. I have a feeling it's going to take a couple days to count all the votes, though. And that whoever loses is going to be a very, very sore sport. Sore sport? That just doesn't sound right. I know I'm saying it right, but it doesn't sound right. Luckily for me, We will be at league while all that is happening, so we can pretend and ignore it and just have a good evening. And we will wake up on Wednesday to chaos, I'm sure. 6.
Thank you. I gave myself shape for the wrong ball. Set up for 7. Yeah, freaking colorblind shit. Return the favor.
Yeah, for the 2 ball earlier.
I'll always do it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, Bill. Bill was trying to get shape apparently on the 7, not realizing the 6 was still on the table. So you can hear him screaming and yelling because he did not mean to get this shape for the 6 ball. And in fact, he said, I'm lucky to even have a shot at this at all at this point. It would have been so much easier if I would have just gotten, if I would have known this was the ball. I don't know that I've ever done that, gotten shape on the wrong ball. I know I've gotten no shape. I know that I've attempted to get shape on the ball and not gotten there. I think we've all done that. But I don't know that I've ever gotten shape on the wrong ball before. Nice recovery. Oh, thank you, Wayne. I knew I was saying something wrong. Sore loser, poor sport. You know, it's all one. Sore sport. But it sounds really weird. But yes, you are correct. It is poor sport or sore loser. But I'm going to put it all wrapped up into one weird sounding sore sport. Very nice. That is a very big win. For Bill. Putting him only 3 away from the win. Got kicked. Luckily for him, that 2 ball is kind of funky, but potentially a 3 foul here. If you put the cue ball down by that right lower pocket, push the 2 in between all of that, exactly like that. Lock the cue ball behind the 5-10. Just have to hit it hard enough that that 2 hits a rail. That's on 2. George really looking for a 3rd foul here because Bill is on 2 and George could really use this win. So now George does have the option to make a couple balls and then play safe, but the 3 is in a weird spot, so if you can, I would try to get the 3rd val here anyway. Oops. I was thinking he maybe could have shot the 2 to try to put it down in that 6-10-5 cluster, 7-10-5 cluster, leaving the cue ball up here. It doesn't matter now, but just don't scratch on the side. Oh, that'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Not calling Bill a pig. That's just the saying, guys. Comes from my youth. Nice shot, good speed. All right, and with all the balls open, just center ball here, maybe a hair of low. That's the only reason I like using low over center, because it does go more up table, giving you a bigger window instead of being hooked on the 9 ball. I agree, Frank. I thought it hit the 10 first. Oh, see? You also think it hit the 10 first. Yeah, I thought it hit the 10 first as well. But, 'tis what it is. I'm not the ref. I'm just the commentator. I think I've told this story before, but George Bell was actually here playing 10 ball before. And he made the 10 on the break. I noticed immediately. And I'm commentating, and he doesn't put the 10 up. And he shoots a ball, and he doesn't put the 10 up. And he shoots another ball, and he doesn't put... He gets all the way to the 9, makes the 9, and then goes down to rack. And his opponent's like, wait, where was the 10? And he's like, oh, I made it. And he's like, no, that was the 9. And George was like, oh my gosh, you're right. So they had to re-rack and run that entire rack again, and that rack was to put George on the hill. So luckily he did end up winning the next rack and putting him on the hill as well, but could you imagine if he would have lost that rack and then lost the game because he forgot to spot the 10? So yeah, sometimes people ask me, you know, why I don't say something. And I try to pretend like I'm in a booth, like far away from the players. Or like say you were in a tournament setting. You don't have a ref sitting there watching every single rack that every single tournament player is playing. It's up to the players to call their fouls, and if they ask me to, I will watch a hit and I will render my opinion. But otherwise, it is up to the players to play. We are just here to do the commentary and the streaming. So that is why I will not render my opinion other than on the stream. I won't yell out to the players. This is being played in Phoenix, Arizona. at K Squared Productionz on a 7-foot red label diamond table with 3 7/8 inch pockets. And yet George has been able to find the pocket with that cue ball on every single break. And I will give it to him, at least. He did switch sides of the table trying to find a different spot to break from, and he still managed to scratch. That's 5 scratches in 8 breaks. That is pretty impressive. Alright, let's see. I take the 1 up in the upper side. For the 2, for the 3, I run this out. Bill is looking for a third foul because George is on 1. So he's trying to go for a 3 foul, but I like the run out here. I don't find it too difficult. Again, 1 in the top, 2 in the bottom, 3 down in that right corner, follow with top, 4 in the top right corner, follow a top, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Easy, easy. But those first like 4 or 5 balls are the most important ones. And they, as far as clearing the table to make the rest of the run out easy. And I don't know what Bill's doing. I don't like it. Option with good shape on the 2 ball, so I'm pretty sure that Bill's gonna go ahead and take it. I think he would have liked to be a little straighter than this because he could have followed it and taken the 4 in that left upper corner. So now he's gonna have to go into the rail and out and do a 4-6 combo maybe. Oh, he was trying to hold it. He had too much of an angle to hold it, I think. He is calling the 4. I almost like calling the carom and making the 6. You're still going to push the 4 towards that left pocket, and then it makes it easy next shot. But again, just my preference. But he did a good job making it. There is no wrong shot if you make it, I guess. Sometimes I will say, man, I had this, it's more an 8 ball, but I said, man, I have this run out. Will you tell me if I did the right run out or the wrong run out? What did I do it wrong? And Carlos's response, because he is my coach, he will say, well, did you get out? And I say, well, yeah, but, and he's like, well, if you got out, then it wasn't the wrong pattern. There is no wrong pattern if you get out. There's only harder or easier patterns. And then I roll my eyes, I'm like, ugh. You know what I mean? Just tell me the easier pattern. He's like, well, that's not what you said. You said, was it the right pattern? I said, whatever. Just tell me. Just tell me. Just tell me the right pattern. And when I say right pattern, I mean the easier pattern. But he's just being silly and funny and teasing me. But he's not wrong. In technicality, there's no such thing as a wrong run out if you get out. Only easier or harder run outs. Like this right here, I would have tried, and I'm sure he was trying to avoid the 7 to shoot it in that bottom right corner. Now instead he bumped into the 7, left himself really tough, and had to play safe instead of running out. Looks like he's going for a 2-rail here. He made it. Just happened to scratch, which is such a pain in the butt when you make it and scratch. And I don't think he even called that pocket. Was not his intention. He was just trying to push the 7 up table. But he hit it so good that he made it and scratched, giving Bill a 3-ball out. You don't want to use top here, because if you use top, it's going to hit the bottom rail and then come out towards the left side of your screen. It's going to make the 10-ball harder, but that's exactly what Bill's doing. So see how it came straight off of the head rail? That means that he put some sort of English on it to straighten it out, because normally the natural tangent was to go forward and then out towards that left rail, which just makes that 10-ball harder for him. Him only needing 3 games, I would have made him shoot that. I know that he's not missing, but I'm going to make him shoot it anyway, because he only needs 3 games. He's going to earn it. And for the fans. Oh, David, I mentioned that about an hour ago, that he's very jumpy today. He's very hippity-hoppity. Every time he shoots, he's jumping up, he's popping out of his shots. The harder the shot, the more hip-hoppy he is. So I hear you, David. I agree. Bill's very hoppy today. Hippie and hoppy. So he's using the shadow of the light there to see the contact point of the 2 to make it into the center of the pocket. Just wanted to flirt with the side pocket there. But I said whatever he's doing, it's not affecting him. So the other day he was here playing, and he was hoppy then as well, and he was rattling balls with his hoppiness. And afterwards we're like, you were really hoppy, and he's like, yeah, missing the balls. But today his hoppiness is not affecting his ball making. He's still making everything from everywhere. He's kind of unstoppable right now. So his hoppiness is working for him today. See, so much more with the cue ball than necessary. Just stop the ball and it will naturally go out. But instead he force follows it 2 rails. Now Bill's just went off. And I say that with love. He's shooting phenomenally right now. And I jinxed him. That's the first time that I've seen Bill miss a 10 ball. Technically he didn't miss. Let's see if George can adjust. And not scratch. He did come further in table. Nothing on the break, but no scratch. So you can't be too mad. At least you did not give your partner, your opponent, ball in hand. Amazing shot there, going to the short rail all the way across table to the other short rail. I think he might play the 3 off the 6, but I think he's going to try to make it clean, which he did. Beautiful. Next difficult shot is getting shape on that 5. He does have about a quarter of the table though, that whole top left quadrant he can make the 5 ball from. I personally think he went a little bit far, gave himself a little bit of a harder shot than he needed on this, but still a makeable shot. Unfortunate scratch there for George. He just cannot quite get into stroke. Meanwhile, Bill has been in stroke since about the 3rd or 4th game, I think. But George is definitely not giving up. He's not giving away the games. He's trying his best. He's grinding it out, trying to find his sweet spot. He's just getting unlucky a little bit. Died. Wow, that ball just died. I thought he would just draw it back, but he went with that force follow and it just did not work for him this time. He did make it in the wrong pocket, so it is option to George. George is saying that he will try it. Our side pockets are so tight from this angle. You have to hit it so perfect. But you also can't let Bill try to shoot it. You have to try it. You never give it back. But it is really tough. I would hit this with good pace, so if it does hit the point, it slides out. Oh, he hit it so phenomenally. That's 2 in a row that Bill has given up the 10 ball. Making George officially having hit the double digits and be within 3 games for the first time since 8-4, I do believe. No scratch. This is going to be a push. George doesn't even get up. He's like, you shoot it. Go ahead. I don't want it. George is sporting a yellow Molinari glove. That is my current glove of choice as well, in yellow. But I'm a lefty, so a little different. But same glove, same color, different hand. Nice speed on that shot. Gonna have to hit this with left. He hit it right. He just did not miss the 4 ball. Calling a safety. But for Bill, this is a pretty good, although the 3 ball is weirdly on the point. I think that Bill can make this doing a 2 rail. But the 4 ball. But really not bad because the 3 to 4, 5 is a little bit of a mess. Yep. Ball in hand. Ball in hand because the cue ball did hit the 9. I think that's the first time I've seen that happen. These guys get willy-nilly sometimes with the cue ball. He let the cue ball loose and it hit the 9 ball when he was trying to get position. Beautiful shot. He actually missed it, but got it on the way out, which actually worked even better. Hello, Cindy. Cindy in the house. Oh my gosh, he missed it. Cindy, look at what you do. causing jinxing. Just barely got here and you're causing jinxing. Did you see that? Did you see that, Cindy? How George had ball in hand and he put it on the table and it rolled and hit the 9. So he had to give ball in hand right back. This is a race to 15, one race. Current score is 10-13. So the final five racks here. I don't like that 5-9. It doesn't fit past it. He says it does. I think he called it the 9 actually. Yeah. Good control of the cue ball, using a little draw. Not hitting it too tight, or too hard I mean, because he would have lost the 5 to the... Oh my goodness, guys, I'm having a stroke. He would have lost the 5 ball to the bottom rail. He tried to shoot the 5 ball very soft there to hold it for the 6, and he actually ended up overcutting it. Bill doesn't know the meaning of the word soft. Beautiful shot there. He's going to have to shoot the 8-10 combo, spot the 10, shoot the 8 to get shape on the 10 on the spot. Unless he's going to try to draw this back and shoot it from the pro side, the short side, the 10 side, but he could get hooked on the 10. He could get a really severe angle and end up way up table. I like shoot the 8 but then end up way up table. I don't like it. I like just accepting this shot for what it is, shooting the 7 in the side, and then doing the 8-10 combo. I think that he's trying to think about doing too much. Figured out in 30 seconds. But that's only because my nickname is Combo Kaylin, so of course I like the combo. He needs to spot the 10. I think he can just see this. He got very fortunate. But again, do you see how I said he's gonna miss it? Like, he's gonna miss shape. The longer he takes, the more it happens every time. Whereas when he just goes with his gut and shoots the balls, he can run out the entire table. You gotta shoot this all the way down. He called side pocket. Be crazy. Yeah, all the way down. Good boy. Listen to mama. All the way down. John, I agree. You either think long, you think wrong, or you think wrong, you shoot wrong. Something happens. Something disconnects the longer you think. Very nice. A little bit of draw, go across the table, shoot this 10 ball with top. Just top, you will not scratch. I think Bill is aware that this is to put him on the hill and he's a little bit nervous about it. I was going to be like, really? That would be 3 in a row that he gave away. I mean, I'm sure George appreciates it for sure. But I was going to be mad at Bill. Be like, stop clowning around. Don't be crazy. Putting Bill officially on the hill. George does need 5. Now he can easily win 5 in a row. I've seen George do it. So there's absolutely no reason that George cannot come back as long as he holds Bill here. All right, and he can see the 1. Now remember what I said earlier for those of you who were watching with us. We only have less than 20 break and runs on this table, even with all the pros that have come and played here. So that means George is very highly likely getting back to the table, probably somewhere between the 3 and the 4. If he can play it very smart, he could still win this. For those of you who are just joining us, this is Bill Vander. It was a 6-23 against George Bell. It was a 6-14. 1 race to 15 in 10 ball. No early 10s. Yes, 3 foul. $600 at stake here. We are K² Productionz, based out of Phoenix, Arizona. This is a red label diamond with 3 7/8 inch custom pockets. If you have not already, please feel free to go to our page, like and follow, to get notifications when we go live with our streams. You can also go over to our YouTube page, follow, subscribe our YouTube. Again, what I said earlier, what I do like about YouTube is that you can pause and rewind the live stream, which you cannot do on Facebook. George with a miscue there. And what did I say? I said he was going to get back to the table on the 4, which he did. He even got ball in hand, but he made a silly mistake. With Bill being on the hill and shooting the way he is, you just can't do that. You've got to be methodical You have to follow your pre-stroke routine. You have to play so tight. I mean, look at that shot that Bill just made on the 5. Beautiful shot. And that goes for everyone, not just George. If you're down, go wash your hands, go take a potty break, go take a drink of cold water, whatever you need to do. Say, I'm down, but not out, and go back to your fundamentals. Follow your pre-shot routine, follow through on your balls, make the ball, and then get shape. This is a big miss by Bill. George needs this 3-ball out here to stay alive. Beautiful. He's going to cut this down into that bottom right corner. Just don't scratch in the side with any draw. I think Bill's going to cut this. He just cut that 5-ball. He can cut this 8. Top makes it so you don't scratch. And what you have very little to lose here and everything to gain. If you miss, you miss. And he might get another ball, but if you make it, you're out. $600 richer. But maybe that's why I lose all the time. Playing the safety might be the other option, but you are letting your opponent to the table and he can potentially get out. So you have to wonder if it's worth the risk. You hear George yelling at the balls. See, I would draw this here. Bill is queuing with top. His preference seems to be top. He's not even going to make him shoot it for the win. I'd make him shoot it, but that's just me. So, Bill Vander Weyst wins 15-10. I think George getting here 15 minutes early. Nope, let's try again. Hi. I think that Bill getting here early and shooting, and then George being 45 minutes late, he was never able to get into stroke. He was never able to get where he needed to be. So that really affected his game tonight. Again, this was our only stream tonight at K2 Productionz. We will be back next week, Monday, Thursday, Friday. So please join us then, and I will see you guys next week. Have a great evening.